The next is from Guo Shiyun. Okay, this one is interesting. I mean, they're all interesting. This one is unconditional love is not empty in nature. Yeah. So this is the what? This is part of the exercise to look for something that is unconditional, to look for something that breaks and violates the principle of emptiness. So Wo Shiyin wrote, unconditional love is not empty in nature. It's affection without any limitations, love without conditions. It does not require any condition to exist because it is that type of love which has no bounds and is unchanging. It is a state of mind in which one has the goal of increasing welfare of others despite any evidence of benefit for oneself. So related to unconditional love is true love. Yeah. But since Shiyun wrote unconditional love, then let's look at unconditional love. Okay. So by the name itself, it says it's unconditional. No? So so if it's unconditional, then you cannot say that it's conditional anymore, right? But can we assume that something is unconditional simply because it is named unconditional? Cannot. So let's consider. Okay. Here I'm going to offend a lot of people here because majority of the students are all female here. Who is doing the recording today? So Marcel, now you are zooming onto me, right? So in the recording only show me, right?
Yes.
So now you need to just show for 2 seconds who is present, so that the viewer on YouTube can see. Majority all ladies.
Okay.
Okay, so now I'm going to offend all of you. Because men are not so keen to associate themselves with love. You notice men seldom say like some kind of love that is associated with them, much less unconditional love. Whereas women are very crazy about love. Yeah, especially motherly love. Yeah, women always like to say, mother's love is unconditional. Mother's love is the greatest. Yeah, then if anybody say anything about it, especially if a man say anything about it, what do you all know about mother's love? You don't know anything. You are not a woman. You don't know. So, granted, a good number of you are not married, so you all don't have children. So you all are also disqualified from talking about mother's love. You can say that you receive mother's love, but you cannot say that you know what mother's love is. All the mothers will whack you. But how many of you are mothers over here? Raise your hand. Okay, very good. Now, of course, when Sifu start off in this way, and if Sifu asks you, is mother's love unconditional? I think some of you will, will quite naturally say, no, not unconditional. But let's assume that your thing is unconditional, so that we have something to talk about. So your unconditional love for your child, okay? But let's say it's not your, but it has to be your, so that I can offend you. Yeah, because sometimes, even though we may not say it, we may really feel it that way, you know? Yeah, that my love is for you is unconditional, no? So let's consider, okay? Let me get my props. Okay, this one is a lady. lady with eyelashes on. Yeah, it's as though men have no eyelashes. So this one is father, this one is mother. Where's the child? Okay. The child go and become a doctor. Okay, so mother's love for the child. Okay, so many people feel that mother's love for the child is unconditional. Okay, that means no condition, no conditions required. That's all there is to define it. Okay, so let me ask you: does the child exist all the while? No, right? The child don't exist all the while, right? How do we know? Because first of all, the mother don't exist all the while. So how can the child exist all the while? So before the child come along, the mother and the father got to know each other. Oh, this is so nice. Oh, then, then one baby come out. So before the baby come out, does the mother have the love for the unborn child? Yeah. Before the child, before she even get pregnant, does she have love for the child that don't exist? The answer should be no, right? Yeah. Not that Sifu is so autocratic. But I have ever encountered students who say, no, I have. I'm like, so you have love for something that don't exist yet. But you can see the face like contorted, the brain doing somersault inside. The truth is, if you haven't even conceived a child, how do you have love for that child? So it means that your love has a start also. Yeah, before a certain point, it doesn't exist. So what is the condition for so-called unconditional love? The child must come into existence. So that itself remove the definition that it is unconditional. It is conditional. It requires that child to exist. No, but I have unconditional love for this child. How do you know that this is the child that you were supposed to give birth to? How about all other childs that you didn't give birth to? How about your unconditional love for them? Now they don't. The unconditional love is conditional already. But let's go along with it. Okay. So unconditional means that it can exist all the time without conditions. It cannot fade. So even when you're in toilet shitting, you're having unconditional love for your child. Your sense of that love for your child do arise and cease, right? Right or not? When you're shitting, I always like to say shitting because when we are shitting, what do? We check handphone. We're checking your handphone. You're not having unconditional love for your child anymore, right? But Sifu, I don't use handphone. Or before handphone came about, before handphone came about, are we seriously telling ourselves that I'm 24/7 thinking of our child? No. When we're bathing, all it takes is one moment for you not to have that love for a child is conditional already. Yeah. And that's not to bring in all other possibilities. Yeah. When your child die, or when you die, and then you get reborn, do you still have unconditional love for your child? So unconditional love for our child is a nice idea. It's a nice idea. Yeah. That's why sometimes when people say that, oh, Buddha has unconditional love for all sentient beings, it's sometimes a bit tricky when we use such terms. Yeah. Of course, there's the phrase, what 无缘大慈，同体大悲, right? Yeah. But the meaning is a bit different. That's another Dharma talk altogether. Yeah. So just now I mentioned that related to unconditional love is true love. Yeah, it's a cousin of it. How many of you believe in true love? I think by now nobody believes because all the men and women here all lao lang already. When you're a teenager, when you're in your early 20s, you still believe in true love. Marcel maybe still believe. Marcel believe or not? You're still young. I think you're the youngest here. How old are you?
26.
26.
Yeah.
Still young. Still young. Xiaofang look young, but how old are you? Not young anymore. How young are you?
36.
36. Oh, 10 years older. Sun Hao, I think Sun Hao is the youngest. So Sun Hao may still have some romantic ideas about true love. Yeah. Over the past close to 20 years, I've been demolishing people's idea of true love. But true love is even more ridiculous. Yeah. True love is even more ridiculous. So let's say now we switch side. Don't say always women have crazy ideas, right? Let's say now it's the men who think that there's a true love waiting out there. It's the true love waiting for him. They are both waiting for each other. So when they are born, let's don't worry about the past life thing. Let's say, oh, true love. So what is the definition of true love? The first problem is there are a lot of different definitions of which one to follow. Which one to follow, which definition to follow for true love. But let's assume some construct. Many times we have read about how people say that, oh, true love means that you are meant to be together. Yeah, that regardless of what, the person will love you. So and the best thing is I've heard from this Polish girl. Can I say her name? My sister said, no, cannot say. Okay. I don't say the full name. Yeah, I don't say the full name. I say the last name because last name a bit harder. A lot of people with the same last name. Stawinska. Yeah, that's as Polish as it gets. Stawinska. That's her actual last name. So many years ago, when I was still in the US, she and her guy friend, complicated relationship, went to US, then bumped into us in Walmart. Then after that, asked for our monastery address, want to visit us. Went up, spent almost like 5 hours asking questions. Mostly her, because after 1 or 2 hours, the guy sit on the couch, sit until lie down on the couch and then knock out. Then she was going on and on asking, and then the last maybe 2 hours was about true love. She was trying to convince me that's true love. And no, that's no true love. So I told her, I said, so, and her idea of true love is even before meeting each other, that person is your true love already. So I say, okay, so do you feel anything for true love at that point in time? She said, yes. So I said, so you feel something for a random stranger whom you don't even know. Then she think about it. Then she realized how ridiculous it is, but she still insists, no, but yes, I feel true love for this person. Notice it doesn't sound so romantic when you put it this way, right? There is some random stranger that you don't know the first thing about them, right? And that's what 一见钟情 is, love at first sight. Love at first sight is basically the kind of amorous feeling for some random stranger that you don't know the first thing about them. It's just that you saw that person, then you feel that way, right? That's what a lot of the fairy tale is. Yeah, Sleeping Beauty. Pop, went to sleep. This guy come along, hey, cute little girl sleeping by herself. Oh, choop, wake up. Oh, actually, maybe what happened is, aha, cute little girl. Then she wake up. Oh no, 你要负责任. I mean, how ridiculous can it get, right? In today's society, this guy will be charged for this guy will be charged. Yeah, and in the story context, she was probably underage. So, jialat. So anyway, true love itself. So I asked her. I said, of all the people who got married, do you think all of them think that they are marrying their true love? They say yes. And what about when they do get divorced? When they get divorced, oh, then it's not that true love. That means your feeling of true love can be false also, can be wrong also, right? But that all that is still inconsequential. The most important thing is true love itself is coffee machine love. You know, true love is coffee machine love. You know what is coffee machine love? You go to coffee machine, you press a button, the coffee machine must give you coffee. It has no choice, unless it's broken. Or unless it run out of the unconditional coffee. Sifu, what has true love got to do with this? True love, by definition, means that you all are meant to love each other, right? So if you're meant to love each other, that means you have no choice, right? So if any of you still think that your partner is your true love, that means even if you go and slap that guy, slap the girl, give that person rubbish, the person will still love you. So imagine this girl one day wake up and say, hey, let's test it out. And then, which one is the guy? Which one is the girl? No, this one. Then, yeah, do you still love me? I love you. Why? I don't know. Because this is true love. Ah, do you still love me? I love you. I have no choice. That is true love. Think about it, right? Bye, Jolene. Don't go and find true love. Let me tell you, true love actually cheapens love itself. The whole idea of true love cheapens love. The whole idea that love is unconditional cheapens it as well. Unconditional love or true love basically means that the person, like, there's no process involved. That the person has no choice, have to love you. It cheapens love because in reality, love is not like that. It cheapens love because consider this. If a person has no choice but to love you, then what kind of love is that? It's not because the person is able to love other people or like other people, but yet love you, no. But it's that person have no choice. In the Heart Sutra class, I would often highlight this. Oh, jialat, those who are attending Heart Sutra class, this is a spoiler. But doesn't matter, learn now or learn later. But this is something I've been highlighting in Heart Sutra class. Real love is conditional. It depends on conditions to arise, and it's not inherent. What it means is that because it's conditional, you can change. It can change. It can change anytime. Every single day when your partner, when your husband, your wife, your boyfriend, your girlfriend goes to work, they can change. And you can change also. Hey, Shifu, you think everybody is like that? No, I'm not saying that everybody is like that in the sense that everybody will change. I'm saying that everybody has the ability to change. Ability and wanting to change is two different things, okay? True love means you have no ability to change. Yeah. So the fact that your partner goes to work, meet many other people, what's the chance that your husband, your wife don't meet someone more interesting? All ladies, tell me honestly, isn't that why sometimes you feel uneasy, you feel insecure, you feel uncertain? Because you are always thinking, oh, my husband, there are so many interesting girls out there. Okay, some of you maybe, no, I never think of that. I'm so happy for you. Yeah, but a lot of ladies feel uncertain, feel uneasy. Yeah, they may not consciously know why they are feeling that way, but actually it's linked to this. But let me tell you, precisely because your husband, your wife, your boyfriend, your girlfriend can make a choice, can change their decision, and yet don't change. That is what makes love precious. That's what makes love so remarkable. Something that is not the coffee machine love. That's why we should cherish when someone do care for us. And it's not just romantic love. And to me, mothers should stop telling their child that their love is unconditional, so that their child will work for it. So that they know that if they are a jerk, if they mistreat their mother have a right to say, I'm going to stop loving you because you're an idiot. Yeah, because you knowingly disrespect your parents. Yeah, for that, I'm going to stop loving you for 5 minutes. See how horrible it feels. Yeah, but tomorrow, whether I love you or not, that's my choice. To me, that's that makes it better, right? Otherwise, your stupid child, every day you tell our child, "Mommy love you unconditionally." Then the child is going to grow up thinking, "You say what? You say you love me unconditional. What? Why you now angry with me? You love me what?" No, we shouldn't tell people that we love them unconditionally. Yeah. That our love is conditional, and yet we choose you. Yeah. So you better cherish it. How lucky you are that I love you. Of course, maybe not as romantic as the true love. Yeah. But this is love in the real life. Yeah, not the fairy tale sleeping beauty kind of love. Okay, so let me see. Did I answer the question? Yeah. But having said all this, those who believe in true love or unconditional love will not be convinced. You know why? Because belief is belief. Belief itself don't need evidence. And because it doesn't need evidence, any kind of evidence that refute it will not change it. Yeah. So maybe belief is unconditional. It's also conditional. You know why? Next episode that tell you. 愿消三障诸烦恼，
愿消三障诸烦恼，
愿得智慧真明了，
愿得智慧真明了。
不愿罪障悉消除，
不愿罪障悉消除，
世世常行菩萨道。
世世常行菩萨道。
阿弥陀佛。
阿弥陀佛。
So have Have an unconditionally loving Wednesday ahead. 阿弥陀佛，拜拜。
阿弥陀佛，谢谢师傅，拜拜。
Thank you, 师傅。